So I played along with you and Pete for the Rolling Stones episode.
Oh, and
do you want to guess?
So hang on, I don't.
I want to have you make some guesses before I make my reveals.
Well, I gotta look at my thing here, and I gotta remember how well I even did. I know Pete beat me.
You got 61 and Pete
61,
got 67.
67, right. I would guess, I'm trying to even remember what types of films they were. The ones that I hadn't seen, like I'm guessing on that list that there was a bunch that I had seen that you have not. And I would say that there's certainly some films on there, I'm sure, that you've seen that I have not. But I would say there's probably more in the first category, more that I've seen that you haven't versus, the other way around. I would guess that you would fare the poorest.
Really?
Not by much. I would say that you still probably make that 50% cut. And if you are not in third place, I would say you're probably in second place. I don't think you beat Pete. It's possible you've beat me by like one or two films. But I would guess you're somewhere in the 50s. But so that's my guess.
Okay. So you got 61.
Yeah.
Pete got 67.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 67.
Really?
I was like, up until the top 15 or top 20, I was actually edging Pete out by 2 or 3 movies. Almost the whole way. And then the top 2 or 3, he was like, oh yeah, I've seen that. I was like, dang it. Oh, yeah, I've seen dang it. And I think this is also kind of interesting. So I hit 50 movies before either of you at 31. Mm-hmm. The 31st movie. No. 31 at what? Yeah. No.
That
my mathematically notes are weird. My notes are weird because I was kind of don't do this while this is not.
Did you really just say like?
But I was doing it while driving. I was like
31
on my
films
notepad. I was like putting little ones when I put a 1 on my notepad on my phone when I watched the movie. But anyway, yeah, Parasite is where I think where I hit 50. Oh, at 31. At movie, like working down I was at 31 movies I've seen at when you got halfway through the list.
Okay.
That's what that note is.
More possible.
Yeah. So when you were at 50, movie 50,
right.
I had seen 30 of the top 50 to 100.
Right. Okay.
31.
So,
and then
either way, you beat me.
Parasite was the one that pushed me over 50%.
So, I mean, ultimately, I think the question that comes out of this is like, what am I even doing here? Because you and Pete appear to be...
Pete and I are obviously the movie men here.
The movie men. And a match made in heaven. But it's still... and I'm going to echo what Pete said. And I think this applies to you and Pete, which means it certainly extra applies to me. It's still kind of a dismal score.
Yeah.
Like it's not a great score.
It's like a C minus, maybe. Is that a C minus? Something like that.
Yeah. So we got to work on that.
Yeah. The other thing I found interesting was you and Pete have seen a lot of films that you haven't finished. Like it. That's
a
lot. I don't know how many a lot is, but like there were at least a handful that each of you had started and hadn't finished.
I never finished Goonies, and I can't remember what else.
Within 2 to 5, right?
Yeah.
There's a hand. On one hand, you could count. But there were some. There was only one on the list that I had started and not finished, and that was Godfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was one of those kind of, I fell asleep and was started at the wrong time.
Yeah, I never got back to it.
And I got to the part where like the horse, he wakes up to the horse head and
spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the most well-known thing.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Godfather, but yeah, okay, well, interesting. And
Yeah.
I would like to say you're welcome to you for showing you such films as Titanic and allowing you to score as well as you did.
There were a few in there that you definitely helped with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I don't think there's any in there. No, there's one. There was one film in there that you were responsible for me having seen. So thank you for Fight Club, I guess. All right. Well, that's not why we're here. So hello and welcome to the Movie Men Podcast.
We're the B team.
We are, and we are setting out on a brand new journey. It's an all new adventure. It's been a hot second. We don't know who
we can trust in it.
Certainly not anyone that scores 67 on a movie list.
You can't trust us, and you. Who can you trust?
It's been a hot second since we've done a show, since we've done a weekly review of something. I guess the last time would have been Mandalorian season 3.
It's definitely been more than 1 second.
But somewhere deep down in my heart, I don't even want to count Mandalorian season 3 as something that I've seen. Like I don't want to admit that I watched it. And so I'm going to say it's been even longer. I'm going to say it was like Andor. It's like Andor was the last time that we, yeah. So it's Secret Invasion time. Is this also the first MCU one we've done? It is. It is. We've just done Star Wars up until this point.
Yeah.
We've just been a Star Wars show podcast. Pete and I did Rings of Power. Yeah. This is our first MCU one. The floodgates are opening, my friend. We're here to talk at you on a weekly basis about Secret Invasion.
Yeah, we are.
Wallalo. I got to be honest with you. Secret Invasion is one of the stories from the comics that I have almost no knowledge of. Like, I know that it exists. I know it's a thing, but I haven't read it. I haven't read up on it. I'm not familiar with, so everything I'm seeing on screen is unfolding for me for the first time, and I don't know where it may go or what to possibly expect.
All right.
What's your familiarity with it?
Yeah, I never really read any of them or even really watched any the way I take in my comic books these days, watched any YouTube videos on it. But I do know kind of the general synopsis of what happens and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew nothing going in. Like nothing. Like I didn't know. It wasn't until that first trailer dropped that I was like, "Oh, this is about the Skrulls."
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just didn't know. So
and up like with all the promotional material for this, it's going to be a bit of a departure, definitely from the comics, because the superheroes because comics are based around the superheroes, and not necessarily the organization of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not a lot of Nick Fury comics.
Yeah, the heroes play a much bigger role in the comics, where it looks like this one's going to be very much more about espionage type stuff between governments and S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick Fury and his team, and finding out who are the Skrulls and who aren't. And
yeah.
For those that forget, the Skrulls are shape-shifting aliens who
they sure are.
Who Sam Jackson as Nick Fury and Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, helped out in the Captain Marvel movie
way back in 1995.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do the thing that I always have done ever since.
Introduce yourself.
Set a Oh, my name's Brady,
and I'm Carl. You skipped that.
Good luck. Jackass. Ever since you set a precedent for it back when we reviewed Andor.
Oh, okay.
And that precedent was that when we reviewed a show, you were going to show up with notes, ready to like work through the synopsis.
Quickly fell off.
Take the reins. And there's been a call to action ever since.
By you?
By me.
Someone else?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
By me calling you to action to get your shit back together and take the reins of this episode. So I don't care that there's nothing written down on your paper. I don't care if you need to pull up a IMDb summary. I don't care what you need to do. But take us on a journey through episode 1 of Secret Invasion, and we'll sort of unpack it as we go.
Yeah, okay. So let me click on the computer.
That'll teach
okay.
him.
So we get the opening sequence, we got that nice I'm going to work off memory. You can interject if I'm where I'm wrong or forget something.
Okay.
But like there's that kind of opening monologue. I wish I could remember it, but it was like it really, as I was listening to it, I was like, oh, this is setting the stage very nicely for like not knowing who
group
you can
of people
trust.
have been done dirty.
Yeah. It's really, and then we see what's his name? He's been in a bunch of Marvel stuff now. The Hobbit
Martin
guy.
Freeman.
Martin Freeman's character. What's his character's name? There it is. Agent Everett Ross.
Agent Ross, yeah.
Yeah. Walking down a hallway, alley, and he meets up with a guy who starts unloading this, what Everett Ross seems is like a pile of nonsense, this massive conspiracy theory to him. And takes the information and runs, and there's a bit of a chase scene, and Everett Ross dies. Oh no, Martin Freeman's gone forever from the MCU.
Except it's the MCU, and nobody dies. And there are no stakes. Even if we're not dealing with multiverse, we'll find a way to make no death matter or mean anything ever.
Everyone's a Skrull now, so if anybody who died is a Skrull.
Which
Iron Man that died, that snapped his fingers, he was a Skrull.
Yeah. It does create an interesting, I don't know, it creates a really interesting dynamic for the show because like you said, like is outlined at the start of the show, we don't know who is who they actually appear to be and who isn't, right? Like how many films do we have Nick Fury in post Endgame before we found out that wasn't Nick Fury? That was a Skrull, and Nick Fury's been up on the space station.
Well, even pre-Endgame.
Yeah.
Right? Because like there's an interesting fan theory out. Well, there's an interesting fan theory out there that in which show was that? It was. Which movie was it where they went to Hawkeye's farm? Which movie was that?
Age of Ultron.
Yeah. So there's a theory in Age of Ultron because Nick Fury shows up And he's like making a peanut butter sandwich at the Barton home.
Yeah.
And he cuts his sandwich in a specific way. But in a different film, he talks about how I don't trust people that cut their sandwiches this way. But in the Age of Ultron, he cuts his bread the way in which he doesn't trust people.
I mean,
so there's this weird fan theory. It's just there's nothing confirmed because we don't know, right? But the whole Skrull thing is like, how far back does this Skrull? How far back was Talos acting as Nick Fury? Like, there's a fun fan theory that was Talos in Age of Ultron.
I don't buy it, and I think that if it were true, it would diminish some of the weight of the story of this first episode, right? When we find out that like what drove Fury away was what he perceived as a failure during Endgame, during the snap, right? That it was
his
Thanos,
failure to stop the snap.
Yeah, that he had built his whole existence on the idea that if you prepare, then you'll be ready for anything. That
specifically,
you can have a
if the
contingency.
special team he put together will be able to prevent catastrophe.
But there was no planning for Endgame. They're just and so like he says, call it a what do you say? A crisis of faith or something. And yeah, he just like it. The whole Thanos thing completely upheaved his view of the world and his understanding of what he's in control of and what he isn't.
Yeah.
So, we then go into this title sequence. And I think it's worth mentioning that this title sequence is the topic of a lot of controversy right now.
Really?
A lot of controversy.
I haven't heard anything about this.
Massive controversy.
Why is it controversial, Brady? Illuminate me.
Because as you know, right now in Hollywood, the Writers Guild is on strike. Has been on strike, is still on strike, will be on strike until they're no longer on strike. That's how progression of time works. Yeah, there you go. See, a little leftover time chat from our Flash review. And not just them, but like the Directors Guild just merely avoided going on strike, and the Actors Guild have until actually today, at time of recording, they have until today to decide whether or not they're going on strike. And it seems like a lot of people, like there was a letter that went out with like 300 names on it with like big high profile actors that are like, yeah, we'll strike. Sure. And it's like Mark Ruffalo and but big names, not just like little nobody actors. But it all kind of started back when the Writers Guild went on strike. And one of the big points of contention for the Writers Guild, one of the things that has led to them striking, one of the hot topics that needs some figuring out, some new guidelines, some new regulations, is artificial intelligence. Because if you're a writer who builds their career around writing good stuff and original content and potentially, hopefully, winning awards for it, and now there's a new kid on the block called AI, ChatGPT, that can do a pretty damn good job of some things, and the things that it can't do a good job of, it's learning scary fast. And so when news came out that this title sequence was actually AI generated.
Really?
That this was not animators. This was prompts. This was a title sequence this long. This happens, Nick Fury, blah, 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 Samuel L. Jackson in the style of execute. So every pixel you see, the way this is done. And it's possible that some visual artists went in and tweaked and touched up and whatever, but the bones of this is virtual reality or virtual reality.
That's interesting. When I was watching it, it did feel alien.
Yes.
There were parts of it that, things bled together in really weird ways. I was like, that's a really odd creative choice.
Mm-hmm.
But now you say that, a lot of that makes sense. Because, some of those AI generated images, an arm might be a bit too long, or a little finger weird, messed might be missing, so some of it kind of looks almost like that a little bit.
Well, and you can see they've done. There's lots of video examples of it on YouTube, right? You can go on YouTube and see where someone has said to AI make me a 30-second commercial in the theme of the 80s where Donald Trump is selling Cheerios, right? And it exists, and it's got that same kind of weird alien, something's not quite right.
Yeah,
even past the point of Uncanny Valley, it's it's just weird.
AI Valley.
But yeah, so Microsoft, good Lord. I need a holiday. Marvel is under some scrutiny, right? I'm sure Microsoft is as well. But Marvel is under some scrutiny because at a time where it is a very sore spot in Hollywood, the potential threat of artificial intelligence taking over or taking away jobs of creative types, they turn around and
do this.
And so, I don't know where I stand on it. It's a cool implementation of technology. I'm fascinated by it and seeing it and going, oh, wow, this is, that's pretty cool. But at the same time, I'm but I get that this sucks. I get that that's, a weird thing to do.
I definitely conceptually and kind of as an intro sequence, I did also feel like AI or not, I think it also kind of did a really good job of setting the mood for the show.
Yeah.
This creeping mist creeping over things and taking over things and turning things green, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think it's fun. I do.
Yeah. There's a lot of ethical, I guess. Ethical, social.
Yeah, I'd say ethical.
There are dilemmas there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That need to be considered and worked through for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, continue our journey.
Yeah. Okay. So what? After the intro, we get the light, the beaming light from in the middle of the field, right? Is that one next?
Yeah.
Nick Fury. Get a first shot of Nick Fury stepping off a spaceship, looking alien-like, backlit, stepping off. There's Nick Fury, looking old and broke as hell.
He is looking seasoned.
Yeah.
He's looking very seasoned.
Those knees don't look like they're going to last.
No. And you know what? I have, maybe this is the right time to inject this. I have a theory. A prediction. Yeah, we've done that in the past. We make predictions about the shows.
Yeah.
I have a prediction.
Sure.
I think at the end of this series, they're going to kill Nick.
Interesting.
I mean, he's so old. like Samuel L. Jackson, I don't know how old Nick Fury's supposed to be. I think probably a little bit younger than Samuel L. Jackson actually is. Because Samuel L. Jackson's 74, man.
Right.
Like, and it just kind of like Nick's been there almost since the beginning.
Pretty much, yeah.
And a lot of other people who have been there. Well, I mean, he's in the post-credit scene of Iron Man, of the first MCU film. And so if I think it's time. If you are planning on getting rid of him at some point prior to Samuel L. Jackson actually passing away or saying, no, I don't want to do this anymore, then I think it makes sense. And I think it makes sense for a couple of reasons. One, because he's old. Two, because, it's sort of following suit of this cleaning house thing that Marvel's doing as they transition into, the new team, the new makeup of the MCU. But also, I think the way that they're shaping this up, the fact that, like, in this first episode, we get a reminder that Nick Fury made a promise.
Yeah, to Talos and his people.
He has not kept that promise. And shit's is going to go wrong as a result. They're rebelling. They're invading, if you will. And outside of the whole Skrull thing, Nick Fury is, for the last however many years, canon-wise since Endgame, is a broken man.
Oh yeah,
is someone who's lost his way, who has lost faith, and I think that if, in order to set things right, that requires Nick Fury to make the ultimate sacrifice, I think that would be pretty powerful. I think it just makes sense for so many reasons. If you don't have massive plans for Nick Fury moving forward, if you're not like, well, no, Nick Fury's a very big part of Kang Dynasty and this is why, because he's replacing Jonathan Majors or like whatever it is, then if you don't have very specific intent for him moving forward, I think you'd be foolish not to kill him off in this series. Just to leave him as like a dangling thing that's kind of there. This
is a good opportunity.
This is the moment, if there's ever going to be a moment to give Nick Fury the warrior's exit, the hero's funeral, whatever you want to call it, then I think this is it. It makes sense. Otherwise, why would you give Nick Fury his own show? It's pretty much
his show. Might as well let him go out on something that is his instead of a side character.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So Nick Fury meets up with Talos and Maria Hill. Maria Hill's back, people. Yeah, and they let Sam know that there is a faction among the Skrulls who is not happy and is planning on doing evil things with nasty bombs and things that go boom.
Yeah, dirty bombs.
Dirty. It was interesting bombs. How they talked about how like the Skrulls are in Russia because Russia's got the most abandoned nuclear reactors or nuclear power plants in the world or something like that. And Skrulls are immune to radioactivity. So they're just living in these radioactive waste dumps.
I think it's also just like a really funny, and I don't know, I'm trying to think back. I don't know the timeline of when they started shooting. No, they didn't start shooting this that far back. There's something really, I don't know.
Well, there's sort of in the same. You're talking about like Russia tensions.
Yeah, it is just kind of like
there's always been tensions
part
with
of
Russia
it that
between North America. So
is part of it that but I mean, It's not even tension with North America right now. Like, Russia is like tension with the rest of the world almost, because Russia's been a bunch of dickbags. And the whole Ukraine invasion thing and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like all of the relations, all of the bridges that had been kind of built since the Cold War, those bridges basically don't exist anymore, and we're back to But it's funny that, like, I don't know, just a speculation of like, is that why Marvel? Is that why you chose Russia as your setting, because it makes sense from a Skrull standpoint, or do you have someone over there at Marvel who is trying to get the message out that shit just sucks in Russia? Like, is that the if there's going to be an invasion, if there's going to be dirty bombs and foul play, it's gonna happen in Russia. And that's just ridiculous speculation, but I just thought it was really funny to me, and it's gonna be weird for a long time. It's gonna be weird anytime something's set in Russia. I don't get that sense, because I mean, the Cold War wasn't that long ago. No.
And there's been, like I said, there's always been tension, especially between the U.S. and Russia. There's always been all kinds of tensions, whether above board or below or whatever. Like, it's a thing, and that's it's a movie trope, and it's an easy one to go to, and it's like, So,
but like, I was at a wedding the other night.
I don't feel like they're even setting Russia up to look bad.
No, right?
It's just like I mean, Russia probably does legitimately have a lot of deactivated nuclear plants.
Yeah, they store them all at Chernobyl.
So like with your mind immediately goes to that spot when they start talking about deactivated nuclear plants.
No, and I get it. I get it entirely. It's just, it's like, I was at a wedding the other week, and when Rasputin played, I was a little like, is this weird? Is this weird? This feels kind of weird. We're all saying hey, and doing the Russian dance. This, like, I don't know what you call it. The squatty Russian dance with the arms crossed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Where you kick your legs out and you squat, and kick your legs out and squat.
Just because Russia bad doesn't mean Russia culture bad.
No, I know, but it's just kind of weird. It was like, the first time in a while we've celebrated something Russian. But
anyway, we get some information that Talos's kid is working for these baddies. This guy named Gavik, who we don't know. We don't know Gavik. I sat through most of this trying to remember what if we've met some of these Skrulls before, because we haven't met Gaia. I don't think Gaia was in.
No, because that's the big thing.
Captain Marvel, was she?
It's Emilia
Gavik
Clarke.
Definitely wasn't.
Yeah, it's Emilia Clarke, and I don't understand. I think it's possible. How old is Emilia Clarke? I think it's possible that Emilia Clarke, who is now 36, I think it's possible that she's either the daughter of or some sort of test tube clone of Paul Rudd. Because if you told me in this that 36-year-old Emilia Clarke was 17, 18, absolutely, I would buy that. Emilia Clarke's is one of those, like, she has looked the same age in everything that she's been in for the last 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just bizarre. But
crazy.
Yes, no, this is our first time seeing Gaia. It's definitely our first time seeing, is it Gavik or Gravik?
No, it's Gravik. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Yeah, Gravik.
Yeah, it sounds a little scarier, gruffer. I think it's also our first time seeing Sonya Falsworth, is it not?
Sonya. Who did she play?
Sonya Falsworth is
the British
the
lady,
one. Yes, the one that is sort of
leader.
the uptight, like pompous.
Yeah, we've never seen her before. She was fun. That interaction with Samuel L. Jackson was really cool.
Mm-hmm. And Maria Hill. Yeah. We see Maria Hill.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of kind of back and forth expositional scenes. Talos talking about Gaia and Gavik and the interaction with Sonya Falsworth. And for just kind of being like very action light for like almost this whole film, except for this quick chase scene in the opening and the very short kind of end part. It's very just kind of exposition and kind of building the groundwork for the rest of the show. Like a slow build, which could be boring, but they did it in a way that kind of, especially with kind of the Skrull shape-shifting, you're kind of like, and the way they kind of that opening monologue went, you're almost immediately, and also on top of that with Martin Freeman's character, Everett Ross, being a Skrull, you're immediately like questioning, like, is Maria Hill a Skrull? Is Sonya Falsworth a Skrull? Is like everybody who is being portrayed as human and not Skrull, you're like in the back of your mind, you're immediately not trusting what your eyes are seeing. So there's that kind of tension and espionage kind of feel happening immediately in this show.
Looking at things a little out of order here, I will be if Maria turns out to have been a Skrull in this episode, I will be very frustrated, very annoyed because of how this episode ends. With again out of order, but with Maria dying. Yeah. If that's a fake out, if that's another Agent Coulson bullshit, which and the Agent Coulson thing is so dumb because then they never brought him back in MCU proper. Right? They brought him back in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it was like, oh, he's still alive. But then the movies were like, no, he's not. Like, I don't know. But if they Agent Coulson this and make her death mean nothing, then I will be frustrated.
I was going to jump into that kind of that last scene at the market or whatever, that town square.
Then let's just do it.
Like I guess we get some interesting kind of how the Skrulls are living stuff. Well, the rebel Skrulls are living, which see that in this old nuclear reactor, it's kind of run down a little bit, but they're living pretty happy and carefree. But we see kind of how they choose their soldiers and kind of their doctrine a little bit, and we get to kind of a quick recap of how they kind of assimilate information from the people they're shape changing into, and they're putting these people in stasis and
brainwash stasis that they're keeping them
just
in.
Kind of adds to that back of your mind feeling, always thinking who's a Skrull, who isn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we get to
what faces are we going to see on that rack at some point? What's going to be revealed to us?
Yeah. Yeah. So then we get to the square, and they're keeping an eye out, and Sam Jackson sees somebody walking through the courtyard. They walk behind something, and they come out as somebody else, and that same thing happens a couple times, and then a bomb goes off. Boom! Something happens before the bomb goes off, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, lots of things happen in this episode, but I don't know that anything super substantial does.
I feel like I'm missing something. Well, there's a big chase scene with Maria Hill and Gaia and Talos.
Yes.
Is that before or after the explosion?
Well, there's before the explosion. I mean, I think we should touch on Talos and Gaia's conversation in the sewer or subway.
Yeah. That's all before the explosion though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because she tells him they're still trying to figure out where is the bomb.
Yeah. She kind of alludes that she's gonna flip back to their side.
Yes.
The good side. Yeah.
It's such a powerful scene.
Yeah.
Because you get Ben Mendelsohn, who's amazing in this as Talos.
Yeah.
Even though, are they doing, like, it's Ben Mendelsohn's face. Is it also his voice? I don't think it is it? Because I think that they've done, like, I think Ben Mendelsohn has, like, lip-synced it and then someone's done voiceover, or vice versa, and Ben Mendelsohn is, like, lip-syncing to it. Because there's one or two, because first of all, it doesn't sound like Ben Mendelsohn to me. And second of all, there's one or two moments where I don't know that it was executed perfectly. But I could be wrong.
Why don't you think it two things. Why do you think it not sounds like he's got that kind of British accent and kind of tone?
What
and then also
here?
Why?
Well, because what's going to solve this is I'm pulling up Captain Marvel, because Ben Mendelsohn was in Captain Marvel. And who plays it? Okay, it is. So it's not then. My question was, like, who plays makeup up Talos? And it is Ben Mendelsohn. Because that was the thing, right? Is like Ben Mendelsohn was in Captain Marvel, but was initially in human form, was in Captain Marvel as a character named Keller. He was like a bureaucratic, whatever it was. And so but Keller dies in Captain Marvel, but not like a super public death, which is what frees up Talos to be able to
take over.
Yes, to assume that appearance. Yeah. And so that was what my hunch was. But it looks like it was also Ben Mendelsohn, like that was always their plan, because it was also Ben Mendelsohn under all the makeup as Talos throughout Captain Marvel, right? Because that was my theory. My theory was, okay, well, you have Ben Mendelsohn's face because that's the face that makes sense, but it's not Ben Mendelsohn's normal voice. He's doing the Talos voice.
You think they were doing like a Darth Vader kind of thing?
I wondered. Yes. So it is actually Ben Mendelsohn, but what I really like, because I think Ben Mendelsohn's fantastic, is I like that we get a lot of human form in this film, because the one beef that I always had with Talos not in human form is they give him such a crazy set of fake teeth that he's struggling to talk. And it has always stuck out to me like a sore thumb. Like it literally, when you have an 8-year-old and you put those plastic Dracula fangs in their mouth at Halloween, and then they try to talk and you can make out what they're saying, but it's like kind of slurred and muffled all at the same time. That's what Talos has always sounded like to me. I'm like, this is like weird. Like this is like 60s movie making when we just didn't have any better techniques, and what a strange choice. But yeah, so anyways, but I really loved that scene between Ben and Amelia, or Talos and Gaia, because they are father and daughter. And it's when Gaia discovers that her mother is dead. And that's powerful. And it's powerful not only because of the subtle face acting, pretending not to care that you see Emilia Clarke do in the moment, but even more powerful when she gets, up the steps and around the corner into that building, and we see the conflict within deepen of, am I doing the right thing? What the hell is going on? Are the people I'm working for responsible for my mother's death? So powerful. It was such, it's probably my favorite scene of this episode. For sure, I would say. Yeah. Anyways, that's,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I need to know, what are your thoughts on Nick Fury's beard? You're a beard guy. I don't like it.
I like it. It makes him look kind of gruff and kind of not up to par. It sets him apart from the Nick Fury we knew. There's that great scene where he's in the coffee shop with Maria Hill, and Maria calls him out on not being fully committed and not being fully present. And I can't remember the line, but like she essentially says, like, if you're not, you always said if you're not really there, then somebody's gonna die. Something's gonna happen. I need to know, are you in this?
I'm going to send you an image right now. Pull up this image. I'm sending it to
you. Anyway, so I think the beard kind of sets the Nick we knew that was, like I was saying, like super sharp, always focused, always plan, apart from this one who is unsure, kind of winging it almost.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So look at,
I'm looking at it.
Yeah. So this is my beef with the beard. And all the cover art that's come out and the poster for the show and stuff like that, like obviously he shaves it down to more of a goatee at some point. We've seen that. It's right on the freaking cover. But look at this image. Now, my beef with this image is leave the Scully cap. Okay.
Sure.
Swap out what he's wearing for a red and white horizontal striped shirt. Ditch the glasses, give him his eye patch back.
Red and white horizontal striped shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like striped side to side.
And then give him his eye patch back?
Give him his eye patch back, take away the glasses, maybe give him a peg leg. Now, does this not seem like the type of guy?
I was like, where is he going with this?
That's sitting outside of a tavern saying, "Let me spin you a tale of
yar,
yar." It's
Davy Jones got nothing on me. Yar.
It's a pirate beard, man.
Yeah, I can see that
because it's just
sing a little sea shanty.
It's just like poofed, right? Like he's got to brush that thing out a little bit or something because it's just not working for me. But cool. That's my only beef with it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Bomb goes off, and Maria Hill dies by Samuel L. Jackson's hands. Nick Fury.
Yep.
But it's not Nick Fury. It's Gravik.
It's Gravik. What could be more violating?
Yeah.
Someone just like taking your appearance. It's so weird.
Killing someone you care about. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of like, again, just kind of elevates that. Who do you trust?
Yeah.
Who isn't a Skrull?
I hope that Maria Hill is dead. And it's...
Yeah, me too.
It's sad because Kobe Smulders in this role has been phenomenal since day one. Phenomenal as Maria Hill.
Yeah.
And you would be forgiven if, like, it's one of those strange cases now where when you see Kobe Smulders, I think most people see Maria Hill.
Yeah, you forget about...
about How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because that is such an iconic role, right? Like even someone like Neil Patrick Harris, that is known for so many things and was around forever before How I Met Your Mother. I would say more people than not know him from How I Met Your Mother.
Agreed.
Right? Allison Hannigan. Now, we're from an older generation, so we're like, wow, yeah, she's American Pie. Or American Pie. She's this one time at band camp. But now she's mostly known for How I Met Your Mother. Even someone like Jason Segel, I think, has more How I Met Your Mother fame than anything else. But yeah, Kobe Smulders was able to just like take that and break out of it and go on to the next biggest, most incredible thing. And I hope that she's gone because it's good storytelling if she is.
Yeah.
But I will be, it's so sad to see her go.
Agreed. It sets stakes.
Yeah, it sets massive stakes. Like, Maria, when you have such a beloved character who's been around so long, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking if you have to get rid of them. But that's why they're also the ones to get rid of. Because if you just kill off a bunch of people, like 100 people die in every MCU film. 100 people die.
A whole bunch of people die at the end of this episode.
Yeah, but Maria's the one.
If none
with
of our
impact.
main characters die, there are stakes? Question mark. But,
yeah.
But it's not like personal.
Not personal stakes. Exactly.
Not personal to us as the viewer, and not personal to the characters involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. There's also so they've got this society that they're hanging out in that like abandoned nuclear, Homer Simpson's office. And the only other real thing that we didn't touch on with that is just that like it's a very commune feeling. Like once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
And only the soldiers leave.
Yeah, almost cult-like.
And it's got a very culty, yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's a dynamic, right? So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds and yeah, what kind of fun story details come out as a result of that. So yeah. All right, sir.
Sweet.
Was this episode a win or a fail for you?
Oh, this is a massive win.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the tension and the kind of setting the stage and setting high stakes and making me constantly wonder who is and who isn't a Skrull, who can I trust as a viewer, who do I think the characters can trust? Oh man, like like espionage spy films are fun because of some of that stuff. Like Mission Impossible is fun because often Ethan Hunt is working in situations where trust is a hard thing to give and to receive.
Mm-hmm.
And this just kind of like the idea of the Skrulls being able to take on any face, any form, and on top of that, be able to extract all the knowledge from an individual they need to portray that individual perfectly is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's a huge win.
Cool.
What did you think?
I agree that not only is that type of thing fun, that like espionage, whatever, but this has also got another sort of layer, which is just that like political thriller type thing, political espionage, political thriller. which I especially love from Marvel. All right, stuff like Winter Soldier.
Yep.
And when Marvel does it and goes down that route and does it well, I really like it. Yeah, this episode is a win for me. I like this episode a lot. However, I will say, I also really liked the first episode of Obi-Wan. I also really liked the first episode of She-Hulk. I also really liked the first episode of Moon Knight. All of these Marvel, Star Wars, Disney Plus shows, they've all started strong. They have all started strong. So, I really enjoy this episode, but my guard is up. Because even when they start strong, not all, but some Disney Plus shows seem to have a tendency to go downhill kind of rapidly. So, I enjoy it. I expected to enjoy it because I've enjoyed every first episode of a Disney Plus show. We'll have to kind of wait and see where it goes from here. I don't think that me enjoying this episode is as indicative of how much I'm going to enjoy the show as I would like it to be. Yeah. Ooh, hot take, eh?
Interesting. Well, kind of made you I wouldn't call that a hot take. I think that's just an interesting take.
Yeah,
it's an interesting takeaway. Fine. Cold take for future episodes to remember.
Lukewarm take there.
Lukewarm.
Thanks. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed below. Our Patreon, where it's as little as $1 a month. Seriously, like $1 a month. Like, what else in your life can you do for $1 a month? Nothing.
I could.
Nope. Stop. There's nothing.
Yeah. I'm having trouble coming up with something. That's telling.
That's telling. $1 a month. You can support the show as well as get some fun perks in return, including increased voting power for when we release a vote on what movie we're going to watch and review, as well as some exclusive episodes of our show that are only available to you if you're a Patreon supporter. So check that out. Also, we have a merch page.
I like merch.
So weak. I mean, at least you said something this time. But it was so weak. Ugh, dick. Okay. That's fine. You work on that. That.
I'll try. Next time I'll do better, I promise.
Next time is going to knock it out of the freaking water.